AM 1160 and FM 101.1. Jack Benedict still in the studio with us, and he's brought along Mr. Tom McConnell, the IUP women's basketball coach. Hey, Coach, good morning. That's a pretty heady start to the season there for your ladies.
It's a good group, Todd, and working extremely hard. And, we feel like we're still a work in progress, trying to get better and, blend everybody together and figure out the best way to play for this particular group. So, but I think anytime you have as a, at your core, a group that is just really unselfish, shares the ball, really works hard, and just has a great competitive spirit, you have a chance, and you love going into the gym with them every day and trying to figure those things out. How can we become better?
Well, it's a tough time now because you have to try and figure out, work other things around finals and everything else around games you're going to play Monday. We're going to talk about the education game in a couple of moments. Did want to congratulate Megan Smith, 29 points against Mansfield and reaches 1,000, joins a select group.
Yeah, it was a special day, and I thought a very special way to get your 1,000 point. It's not like she backed into it and had 5 points, or she really played well, and our players really sensed it. And that's one of the things that amazes me. When she hit the three to go over 1,000, our bench erupted, and I wondered to myself, how focused are you on watching the entire game if you know exactly how many points Megan needs?
But they knew what was going on.
They did. And it was fortunate we were able to call a timeout and just share that special moment with her. But she's had a really impactful career on our program. She just is so versatile, does so many things for us besides scoring the basketball. Sure. But to be, her size and to be able to do all the things that she does, including shoot the three, drive it, post up, it just defend 1 through 5. So very, very special young lady, and great honor for her and our team.
Let's talk about the Education Day game that's coming up Monday at 11 o'clock at the KCAC. You're against Geneva. It's something that's been going on for a while now. How tough is it to find an opponent, first of all?
Not easy, because not everybody wants to come in and play at 11 a.m. And, they would have to make an overnight trip if they're coming from a great distance. And so we feel fortunate that Geneva was willing to come in and play. It's really a fun day. I think it's one of our players' favorite games of the year because you get to share it with the school children, grades K through 8 throughout the area. And they provide just a great environment for our players to play. And this year, a little bit different, guys. We'll be able to send our players home right after the game to start Christmas break. So I think they're really looking forward to Monday for a lot of reasons. Play against a really good opponent, share it with the young folks in our area, and they get to go home and be with their families for a week.
Yeah, because the next game won't be till the 30th again.
That's right.
At Gannon, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, so that gives you a nice little break there. And like I said, it's tough finding opponents. But what all is involved behind the scene? I know that Kelly Mazzanti works a lot in helping to prepare this game.
Yeah, it's it's really something we started a couple years ago. And one of the things we like to do, sometime in January, with the schools who choose to participate in the game and bring some Jack will bring their entire student body. Mm-hmm. Other schools will bring the 6th grade class, say, or whatever it might be. We'd like to get out and just really get into the schools sometime in January, thank them for coming, and hold an assembly of some sorts, and just really promoting the importance of education. And we really have some great role models, young ladies who are take their studies very seriously and are very adept at in the classroom and on the court. And so they do a good job of talking with young people and motivating them and inspiring them to, read and really do a good job with their schoolwork.
For people who don't know, you've coached a long time, and you've coached men and you're coaching women.
That's correct.
Yeah, that's pretty versatile because there are differences, aren't there?
There are, yeah.
Other than the obvious. I mean, the approach is different, and you can see it sometimes before a game, and you can see it sometimes after a game.
Yeah,
but I think they both have pluses.
The one thing that's common, and after a while you really forget or you don't pay attention to that I'm coaching young women or young men is there's a competitive spirit and a desire to be really good, and the commitment is the same. And I feel really blessed. I feel like I've found a great place to coach, a great group of young women, just a great school and a committed athletic department. Couldn't ask for anything better. And I feel like I found my niche.
Good.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was good, and I'll have Todd ask the next question here, but I thought it was really interesting that Dr. Driscoll had a nice commentary in the local newspaper yesterday about the community's tie-in with all the success of volleyball, basketball, men's, women's, football, the whole thing, the whole spectrum of things. Because not every president will do that.
Yeah.
But that's where it comes from, the top.
That's right. He's been so supportive, from being at our games to coming in the locker room after a big win with his wife Becky to having our team and, the men's basketball team last year out to his home after the season. So we're very fortunate because, as you said, that's where it starts. And his presence is felt, and it's greatly appreciated by our players. But you speak to the community. It's very special. I've been a number of places, Jack, and you don't always have that. But we feel it. There's so many ways that, and I could go into them, just where the community is a part of our team. And our players know these families and that are helping us on a one-to-one relationship. And so it's a tremendous environment to play and coach in.
Mm-hmm. Coach, you've had some wonderful players over the years here at IUP, and then they leave the school, they've graduated, they move on with their careers. Some of them get into education, some of them get into other aspects. So many of them, though, remain involved in basketball in some way. There's Amy Fairman, JV coach for Marion Center. She gets a chance to see all the young ladies that her teams play against. And I know others of your team have gone on to coaching careers even out of state. Do you get calls back from them saying, hey, Coach, I got a player you need to look at?
It just happened this year. Marita Matthey.
I was going to bring that up.
So was I.
Yeah,
she just got a job.
Was coaching high school in the Harrisonburg, Virginia area, and had a really good player. And we tried to get involved. We recruited her, had her on campus, and she's decided to wait till the late signing period. So we'll see what happens there. But very proud of all these young women. You mentioned Amy and what they're doing. They're just wherever they are. The one thing I know is they are making a positive impact. These are special young women who have a lot to offer, and it has been my privilege to coach them and to get to know their families and to make this journey that you have with them for these 4 years. So it's one of the things that's very important to us, Todd. We try to, when they come back, we want them to connect with our current players and have them speak or, whatever it might be, because they have so much to offer. And that relationship, it doesn't end when they leave. It just takes on a new form. You don't see them as much as maybe you want to, but they're there, and they are. Last 2 weeks ago, we played at Bowie State. And after the game, there's Leslie Stapleton, who's now at George Washington University, finishing her master's. And so we got a chance to connect with her and, see her. And so that's very special. And as a coach, it's one of my favorite things when the former players come back and connect.
One of the things that you've instituted, too, is the annual banquet you have in the spring. You've had some of these players come back to speak.
Yeah, Molly Carr.
You have the Molly Carr Award.
Has come back. Marita spoke last year. We talked to Jeanne about coming this year to speak. Because I just think it's a great connection.
Wonderful.
And they have so much to offer and so much wisdom. And so they're there to share it. And they're like their big sisters. And so it truly is a family.
Yeah, it's fascinating to watch. And especially, we're talking about Megan Smith, how she came in. And we can remember when Megan was just starting out at IUP.
That's right.
And we could see how much hard work she put into making herself a basketball player. Who is so well-rounded, and when you have that type of a work ethic, you can pass that on to younger ladies, to current members of your team. That can all be a part of what becomes a real family.
That's exactly right, Todd. And it was fun to, when Megan came in, to watch her work hard, but it wasn't instant success. And she worked and worked and worked, and I think some of our older players just really poured into her, encouraged her, and she was open to getting better. And, I think she's just really enjoying the success that she is because of how hard she's worked.
Well, one of the former players from way back, inducted into the Hall of Fame this year was Teresa Kubala. And she had an opportunity to, fortunately for her, get in the Hall of Fame. I can't wait till Jazinga comes around.
Yeah.
He's been, representing IUP overseas for so long. One other thing.
Can I mention something about Teresa?
Oh, yeah.
Jack,
sure.
Teresa, when she came in for the Hall of Fame, we asked her to speak to our team. And she spoke for 5 minutes in the locker room, and she shared some really good insights with them about her career. And one of the things that she said that was so impactful, she said her senior year, they had a new group of young players come in who were very talented, and the coach asked her to come off the bench as a senior. And she had been starting for 3 years. And when our players heard that, it was like, wow, that she's now in the Hall of Fame, and she was a sixth man as a senior. And so what a great lesson for our young players to hear that, she was willing to do what it took for her team to be successful.
We had that with the men a few years ago. Mike Beckles was a sixth man his junior year and then became a starter, and he ended up in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a star for 4 years.
That's right.
We're running short of time, I know. So 11 o'clock, Geneva, KCAC, Education Day game Monday.
Yes, and it's not too late. If anybody's interested, call the KCAC, ask for Mary Ann, and she'll take care of your group, and we'd love to see you out there.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
And it's not just for kids. Anybody can go.
That's right. Thank you.
You bet.
It is Indiana in the Morning, presented by First Commonwealth Bank, WCCS, AM 1160 and FM 101.1. The Osgood File is coming up.